So Cloud9 have officially confirmed their new Counter-Strike roster on Wednesday with the signings of Heavy God, Icy, and Inters. So their roster now is Boomich, Axile, Heavy God, Icy, Inters. Interesting to see Inters back on this roster. That's actually cool to me. You got the Inters Axile duo. Heavy God's pretty insane. My only issue with this team is Boomich is going to be heavily relied upon to be the entry all the time. I feel like when I saw Heavy God performing best, he was always kind of like follow-up type guy. Maybe I just haven't watched enough Heavy God, which is totally valid. I do have to say, and this is not, I would never try to stay away from this. Is Icy photoshopped right here? Surely he's photoshopped, right? That looks photoshopped. That has to be photoshopped. No real opera. What do you mean? Isn't Icy an opera? Am I crazy? Pretty sure Icy's an opera, dude. But on paper, I think this is at least interesting. It's going to heavily rely upon Axile maintaining and getting back his, because he was starting to actually, Axile looked like he was starting to get kind of comfy again in C9. Finally. So Axile was looking like he was getting a little bit better. Boomich actually looks really good in CS2. Like, I'm not even trying to overdo it. Heavy Gods looked pretty solid. I haven't seen Inters play in a while, but I feel like he's a good glue guy. Plays a lot of roles. Probably he's gonna do everything that these two don't want to do, along with Boomich. And if Icy's pretty cracked with it, like it could be a dangerous roster. Like, actually, this could be a really dangerous roster. There's a lot of ifs, ands, and buts as always. Considering the clown car that Cloud9's CS roster has been, this is a pretty decent looking roster given the circumstances. Losing Electronic, losing Shura, losing fucking everything, like at different points. Hobbit gone. Like, it's so weird that we're at this point, but at the same time, like, they've done a good job, I think, of picking up the pieces and identifying. Going after Heavy God and Icy, I think, is solid. Team speaking Russian or English, I would imagine. Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like they're going to comment English, but I don't know. That's actually a great question. I actually didn't even consider that in my fucking head. I don't know why I didn't consider that, but I didn't consider that. Oh, Heavy God can speak Russian. Oh, well, shit. That's all right. There you go. Settled. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. See, there you go. I was about to say, I feel like I was like, he has to speak Russian, right? Like, no way they actually, I was like, this would actually be such a blunder. This would actually be such a blunder if they're all switching to English for Heavy God. fl0m was hoping it wasn't Junior 2.0. Well, I just, like, in my head, I was just kind of thinking about the team and I hadn't even considered the languages. I was like, oh shit. Now, overall, I think good job from Cloud9. I don't like, they're considering the pieces they lost. They weren't going to ever, there was no C9 roster move that was going to happen that you were going to be blown away by. They already assembled the fucking god tier roster that completely plummeted. So you weren't going to get any wow factor out of Cloud9, I feel like, because everything compared to previous roster moves is just going to feel a bit lackluster. That being said, I think they picked some good players to go after, and they're clearly going with a different approach.